If you love learning bridge strategy through real game stories, hit subscribe. You won't want to miss what's coming next.
Today, we are diving deep into the world of bridge, and not just any part of it. We're going to look at what feels like a secret language, a code, hidden right there in the open, that lets partners communicate with, honestly, stunning precision. So how on earth do they do it? That's a quote from Michael, one of our players, and it really gets to the heart of what we're talking about today. See, it wasn't some wild hope or a lucky guess that got them to this incredible bid. It was a system. So that's the big puzzle we're going to unpack together. How in the world did Michael and his partner, Alice, use their bidding not just to talk to each other, but to run a kind of flawless decoding program right there at the card table? Let's break it down.
Okay, so first things first, we need to really understand just how wild this bid actually was.
This is what's called a slam bid. You're promising, out loud, that you're going to win 12 of the 13 tricks. It's incredibly precise, super risky, and you just don't do it unless you have absolute, rock-solid confidence that your hand and your partner's hand fit together like a key in a lock. And this right here shows you the huge difference in thinking. You know, most partnerships, they'd rely on hints, make a few educated guesses, and probably land on a safe, lower contract. No shame in that. But Michael and Alice, they used a deterministic system. They weren't guessing, they were basically running an algorithm.
So what was this system? What was this secret language that let them communicate with such perfect clarity?
They were using something called relay bidding. The easiest way to think about it is like this. One player is the captain. They send out a really simple, meaningless bid, a relay, that's actually a coded question. The other player then looks into their mental codebook, finds the right page, and gives a very specific coded answer that reveals one crucial piece of information. So your partner opens one spade. You've got a game-forcing hand, which is great. You know they have at least 5 spades, but what about the other 8 cards? Answering this question, what is their exact shape, is absolutely critical. Do they have a second suit? Are they totally balanced? This is the info that points you to the absolute best contract. So how do we solve this? How do we get rid of that ambiguity? Well, the answer is a system called Major-Minor Shape Discovery. And honestly, the best way to think of it is like a codebook that lets you ask your partner exactly what they have, piece by piece. Now, what's really fascinating about this system is its trigger. When you respond one no trump, you are not describing your hand, not at all. You are flipping a switch. You're telling your partner, okay, stop bidding naturally, it's time to open up the codebook, I'm ready to decode your hand. The whole thing follows this really logical 5-step flow. You start with a relay bid. That's just an artificial bid to ask a question. Your partner answers, telling you about their majors. Then you relay again to ask about the minors. They answer that. And by the end, you just combine the 2 pieces of information, and you know their complete 13-card distribution with perfect accuracy. So let's crack open that codebook and get to the first part, the major scan. This is where we figure out the exact relationship between the 2 major suits. So after a 1-spade opening, your partner's rebid tells you the exact split between spades and hearts. For example, if they rebid 2 diamonds, that means they have exactly 5 spades and 3 hearts. A 2-spade rebid? That shows 5 spades and 4 hearts. You see, every single bid has one and only one meaning. It's crystal clear. Okay, but what about after a 1-heart opening? You might be thinking, oh great, now I have to learn a whole new set of responses. And you look at this table and it does seem different, but take a closer look at the structure. Do you see the pattern? This is the crucial point, and what makes this so elegant. You're not learning 2 systems. You're learning one system. It's just rotated. The logic is identical. The bids are the same. A rebid of 2 spades always shows a 5-4 or 4-5 split in the majors. The only thing that changes is which major suit they opened. It's a beautifully symmetric system. So, once you've completely decoded the major suit shape, it's time for the second act. You make another simple relay bid, and that asks the opener to describe the final pieces of the puzzle, their minor suits. So for example, let's say the major scan revealed a 5-4 shape. You know there are 4 cards left, and they have to be divided between clubs and diamonds. Well, as this table shows, the opener's next bid reveals that split with perfect precision. A 3-club bid means 2-2, 3 diamonds means 3-1, and so on down the line. Okay, theory is great, but let's walk through a full auction to see just how clean and efficient this decoding process really is, right there at the table. All right, so your partner opens 1 spade. You've got that game-forcing hand, so you relay with 1 NT to turn on the code book. Your partner now rebids 2 spades.
Okay, so what does that 2-spade rebid mean? We just check our major scan table, and it tells us one very specific thing. Opener holds exactly 5 spades and 4 hearts. There is absolutely no ambiguity.
Fantastic. The first part of the puzzle is completely solved. We have our major suit distribution locked in. But of course, the minor suits are still a mystery. So you make the next cheapest relay. In this auction, that's 2NT to ask for the minor suit details. And now your partner obliges by bidding 3 clubs. And what does 3 clubs mean? We just go right back to our minor scan table. After a 5-4 major shape has been shown, the very first available bid, 3 clubs, describes a 2-2 split in the minors. And just like that, the code is cracked. The major scan showed 5-4, the minor scan showed 2-2. We now know with 100% certainty that our partner's exact shape is 5 spades, 4 hearts, 2 clubs, and 2 diamonds. Perfect information.
So what's the ultimate advantage of learning this kind of structured approach? Well, it all boils down to precision and just how practical it is. You know, this isn't about memorizing 40-something rare, exotic hand patterns you'll almost never see. Not at all. The system is super intelligently designed to focus on the shapes that pop up most frequently in real-world play.
And as this chart shows, the system spends most of its time describing the shapes that matter the most. You know, the really common 5-3-3-2 and those critical fit-finding hands like 5-4-2-2. You're focusing your efforts where they're going to have the biggest impact on your contract decisions. And that system is called the Shape First method. The core idea is actually really simple. You figure out the hand's shape first, before anything else. The whole auction becomes what's called deterministic, which is just a fancy way of saying each bid has a precise fixed meaning, kind of like looking up a word in a secret codebook. So how does this codebook actually work? Well, it's a pretty straightforward 3-step process. First up, you've got a major scan to check out the big guys, spades and hearts. Then you do a minor scan for the others, clubs and diamonds. And finally, you just put it all together to get the complete shape. Let's see how it works in real time. All right, we're going to crack our very first code using that bidding sequence from before. And step 1, as we said, is the major scan. This is where the first piece of our puzzle gets revealed. Okay, so the first key bid is 2 hearts. Now, this is not a suggestion to play in hearts. No way. In this codebook, this bid is the major scan. It instantly tells you the pattern of the 2 major suits, 5 spades and 2 hearts. Bam! We now have the first part of the hand's DNA, 5-2. But those last 2 numbers, there's still a mystery. So we have the major suits totally figured out. Now let's watch how the rest of the hand just falls into place with the minor scan. The very next bid in the sequence is 3 hearts, and this is our minor scan. Its whole job is to fill in the blanks. This single bid communicates the pattern of the 2 minor suits, and in this case, it's revealing a pattern of 5 clubs and just 1 diamond. So there it is, our second piece of the code, 5-1. And this is where the real power of the system shines through. We are not guessing anymore. We have 2 distinct, coded pieces of information. The major scan gave us 5-2 in the majors, and the minor scan gave us 5-1 in the minors. And when you put those 2 pieces together, voila, the complete shape is revealed. 5 spades, 2 hearts, 5 clubs, and 1 diamond. The code is officially cracked. 0 guesswork, just a simple 2-step process to get a perfect picture of that hand. Okay, so we've seen how it works for one hand. That's cool. But the real power of this method is its scope. This isn't just a one-trick pony, you know? It's a totally comprehensive system. How comprehensive are we talking? Well, the system gives you a complete framework for identifying a whole catalog of 36 distinct hand shapes that can pop up after a major suit opening. This is a full-fledged system, not just a couple of clever tricks. And here is the most important point. You are not being asked to brute force memorize 36 different bidding sequences. I mean, that would be crazy inefficient and super difficult. Instead, what you're doing is learning the structure for how to discover any of those shapes. It really is the difference between being handed a fish and learning how to fish. Now, this system isn't just elegant, it's also incredibly practical. And that's because it's perfectly aligned with the laws of probability. It's literally designed around what actually happens at the card table, over and over again. Let's just look at the data for a second. Some hand shapes are incredibly common. A 5-3-3-2 distribution, for example, that one shows up around 5 to 6% of the time.
Shapes like 5422 are also super frequent. I mean, these are the workhorse hands of bridge.
And just look at the difference here. You are so much more likely to run into a common sort of balanced shape than some wild distributional one. The probability isn't even in the same ballpark.
And that is the strategic elegance of this whole thing. Because the system is built around these common structures, it naturally guides you to spend most of your time and your brain power on the shapes you're actually going to see most often, and therefore on the decisions that are going to matter the most. It is efficient by its very design.
So, what's the big takeaway here? When we boil it all down, what's the true advantage you get from learning a method like this? So let's wrap up that advantage. It is not about memorizing dozens of patterns. It's about learning a simple, elegant structure. You're learning the process of discovery itself. And because it's a process, it becomes fast and really reliable, especially when the pressure's on.
I want to leave you with this one powerful line. Major scan tells you where you are. Minor scan tells you everything else. It's just a simple two-step dance of discovery. And once you learn those steps, you can stop guessing and, well, you can start decoding.
And that brings us to the final and I think most interesting question. This system gives you perfect information, but the real power, the real art of the game, isn't just knowing the shape. It's deciding what to do with that knowledge to find the absolute best contract. So now that you can decode any hand, what's your move? All right, theory's great, but let's get our hands dirty. Let's look at the actual hand and see how they cracked this code, one bit at a time. So Alice kicks things off with a standard one-heart opening. Now, Michael could make a normal bid here, but he doesn't. He bids one no trump. And this is not a normal 1 and T bid. This is the secret handshake. This is the signal that says, okay, engage the system. I'm the captain now. Tell me your exact shape. Alice's response is 2 spades. For anyone else at the table, this might look like a suggestion to play in spades. But for Michael, it's a pure data point. He mentally flips open their codebook and looks up the meaning for 2 spades in this exact context. And the codebook's answer is unmistakable. Alice has exactly 5 hearts and exactly 4 spades. I mean, think about that. With just one coded answer, the single most important decision of the hand is already made. They know for a fact they have a fantastic 5-4 spade fit. All the guesswork about where to play is just gone.
But Michael's not done. Knowing the majors is great, but he wants the full blueprint, so he sends another relay bid. 2 no trump. This is the next question in the script. Okay, got it on the majors. Now report on the minor suits. Alice's answer? 3 clubs. And again, she's not saying, hey, I like clubs. No, this is another line of code. In their system, this specific bid means that her minor suits, diamonds and clubs, are the same length. And just like that, the puzzle is solved. Michael went from knowing nothing about Alice's hand shape to, after just 2 simple questions, knowing her exact distribution. 4 spades, 5 hearts, 2 diamonds, and 2 clubs. The hand isn't being guessed at anymore. It's known. It's a fact.
Okay, so now that we've seen how they cracked the code, let's step back and really appreciate why this whole approach is such a game changer. The sheer genius of the system is the order it works in. Look at this. They figure out the shape of the hand first, get that foundation solid. Only after that's done do they start asking about the high cards, the aces and kings. The final big money decision of how high to bid, that comes dead last, only when every single fact is already on the table. This comparison really says it all, doesn't it? The normal guesswork path would have probably led them to 4 hearts, a perfectly fine contract. They would have made it, gotten a decent score. But the codebook path, it revealed that a better fit existed in spades, and that their combined hands were perfect for slam. They didn't just find a good outcome, they found the optimal outcome. And this is the core idea: determinism. At no point did Michael have to guess or estimate or try to read between the lines of some vague bid. Every single bid was a direct lookup in their codebook. It's clean, it's efficient, and it gives you the confidence to make these huge bids because they're not leaps of faith, they're logical conclusions. And that right there, that's the number of guesses Michael and Alice had to make during this entire auction. 0. Zilch. Nada. Every single step was based on a known fact that was transmitted by their code.
Now, it's really tempting to look at this and say, wow, they bid a slam, that's the big win. But the real power of a system like this is something deeper. It's the consistency. It's about accurately figuring out what your combined hands can really do every single time you play. The flashy slam is just a symptom of a really, really good process.
And that kind of leaves you with one last thought, doesn't it? This whole hand shows us that in a game that's all about incomplete information, having a system that can replace a pretty good guess with a cold, hard fact is, well, it's revolutionary. And it really makes you wonder, in what other areas is a good guess holding us back from finding the truly perfect solution?
Subscribe our channel for more videos.